Today we're going to do something a little different. I was in deep thought. I did some thinking and all that good stuff, and I came to the point and the idea that we as individuals need to watch how we treat people. I repeat, this is so important on how you treat people, what you say to people, and what type of energy you put out on people or out in our environment and society. Um, with that, myself personally, I'm very straightforward. I'm very direct. My mom always told me, Terrence, it's not what you say, it's how you say it sometimes. And I got tired of hearing it over and over again. It was really like getting on my nerves. But at the same time, as I've grown and gotten older and things of that nature, I do understand where she was coming from. Also, if people have said also as well, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Me personally, if I'm going to say something foul or jacked up or not so nice, I personally try my best to walk away. I try my best to just walk away or I shut down. Because if I decide to say what's on my mind in some cases, it's not going to be good, it's not going to be productive, and I'd rather not say it at all. That's just what I try to do. I understand that we're not perfect, I understand that we make mistakes, I understand that we have things going on in our, outside of the environment that we currently be in, but we have to be cognitive of what we say and how we say it, and on the top of that, who you say it to. And so, the topic for today is going to be validation, and I want to be clear: validation is a very, very, very dangerous, very dangerous concept. And then I'm gonna start from something as simple. I'm gonna read this definition. This is actually the noun of validation: the action of checking or proving the validity and accuracy of something. We have right now in the United States, we have the Real ID. When you go travel within the states or whatever it case may be, you show your Real ID. It's a new driver's license that have these holograms and everything in it, and it validates that you able to get on the aircraft and that you're a citizen or whatever. Also, the action of making or declaring something legally or officially accepted, and then also the recognition or affirmation that a person or their feelings or opinions are valid or worthwhile. And this is a lot. That says a lot. When an individual feel like their feelings or emotions are valid or worthwhile. So that's the definition of validation. But with that, I think that we fail to realize that when we as individuals are concerned about validation from external sources, that can be very, very dangerous. And I'm gonna start with this. Let's just say when you was growing up, pre-K, elementary school, you may have had a teacher that you may have liked or maybe disliked, but let's just say you had a math problem and you was working on addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and you had certain rules to the problems, and let's just say hypothetically, at some point you got those answers wrong. The teacher took you to the side and said, "Hey, this is how you do this. You do this, this, and this." But she patted you on the back and said, "Hey, we're gonna work on it. We're gonna get it the next time." Cool. But then, as time progressed, you got better, and then you went on to other levels of math. Well, as we go as adults, at some point, validation from our society goes out the door in some cases. Whether it's with your employer, whether it's within your career, or whether it's with relationships you have. But let's just say you have an issue at work. This is another example. with one of your coworkers or something that's going on, you go to the union steward, or you go to your employer, whatever it can be, and you express your concerns about the situation, and they mediate the situation. And again, your concerns were valid to yourself, and it was conversed between you and the other parties, and you came up with a solution. Cool, great. But those are situations where they're controlled, such as controlled environments in some cases, and that's kind of what the expectation is. Well, guess what? In society, we have individuals. Myself, 'cause I'm fairly well-rounded. I'm able to relate to several different individuals, several different cultures. I have people that, I'm well-rounded. You're able to deal with different social classes. You might have someone that enjoy hunting or fishing or sports or whatever. I'm able to relate to a lot of those different things because I do those myself. But for some people, some individuals, we need to find validation within ourselves and be okay with ourselves rather than expecting or looking for validation from outside sources. And this is very dangerous. For example, you have individuals that join fraternities, sororities, hunting clubs, golf groups, churches, congregations, and they for different reasons. Some of it is because we just enjoy the sport or the activity. Sometimes it's because we want to network with other people that might be like-minded. And then some cases, it's just because we trying to find where we fit in society. And I think that is part of the process of becoming of developing as an individual. But also, again, it can be dangerous because if you are an individual that they're not okay with yourself and who you are or whatever, when you're looking for validation from the outside and you don't get it, at some point, time goes on, things keep, unfolding, frustrations, stress, and things of that nature. And at some point, these individuals crash out. It's just really that simple. At some point, these individuals just feel like their concerns are not valid anymore. How they feel are not they're not validated anymore, and then they feel like they're not. There's no worth. The worthwhileness is gone. You know, there's no more purpose for them or what it can be. And this is why, as individuals in our society, we have to watch what we say to people. We have to watch what we do to people, and we have to find out and realize what kind of energy we put out to people. Yes, some people are not necessarily, they don't necessarily fit in, with particular groups or whatever it can be. I might not fall into, in a certain environment and understand where I'm at that moment. But that's why it's so important too, if you can be well-rounded and understand the room. And when you're trying to understand the room, you know where you fit in that room. You know whether you're supposed to be there or whether you're not. But if you're so concerned about whether you're liked or likable or whatever, that's a problem in itself. If you're so concerned about that, we need to be in our future, in the future, if we could focus on us and how we look at ourselves and things of that nature and stop worrying about external things, this will be a better world. We'll be in a better position, and we wouldn't be so concerned and worried about things that really don't matter. Because to be fair, let's just say you're part of a congregation or a church, or you're part of a mastermind group, or let's just say you're part of a club. You're not going to be liked by these individuals. In a lot of cases, you might feel like you're getting hated on in many cases. Don't worry about that. Stop being so concerned about if you're liked or if you're likable, because really, it's not that serious. But I say all that to say this. The situation that occurred in Minneapolis, the situations that occur around in your community, and the situations that occur around the world. In a lot of these cases, these individuals in general have tried to express themselves in some kind of manner. They may not necessarily be satisfied with themselves internally, and they're looking for certain validations and things of that nature. Or in some cases, I'm not saying all cases, and I'm not saying that it's okay and right, but we as individuals have to watch how we treat people. We just have to, because when we don't think about that and we're thinking about validation and how dangerous it can be, this is when things go bad. This is when things go off the rails, and this is when individuals crash out because they don't feel like they may fit, or they just have lost hope. Again, this is Terrence Brunson here to Go Ahead First. I wanted to express that concern. Validation is very dangerous. It started out when we were really young, and then of course we're adults now, but some of us still seek validation. And when we don't get that dopamine of being validated, it's not necessarily good. Also, give prayers out to those families, those children, those individuals, those co-workers, those employees that were affected by this disaster in Minneapolis just recently. But again, this doesn't just happen there. That was just on, the news all over the place. This happens in our communities every day. This happens in our churches. This happens in our workplace. This happens in our own households. Be cognitive of this. This is Terrence Brunson here. Go Ahead First. Love your neighbor. Take care of your neighbor. Watch what you do. Watch what you say. And this might be a step forward into a better future and a better society. You all have a blessed night, a blessed day, a blessed evening, and I look forward to hearing from you all soon. Leave some comments and some feedback. And also, I've always been told more than one time, if you want the business, ask for it. Please, please, please like, share, and subscribe. If you watch this video, if it's helpful, at least just hit the like button, or at least subscribe if I get some good content. But I would really appreciate it. Y'all have a blessed day.